Hey, how are you? It's Max. What's going on? Okay, so I got your questions. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have time to answer all of them, or if I'm gonna get my thoughts out well. But okay, here we go. What's your favorite, least favorite musical? I probably don't have a least favorite because that's hard to answer. I'm such like an easy theater goer. I just love stuff. So I mean, like for the shows I've done, it's definitely like An American in Paris, Anastasia, Les Mis. And then I love like a lot of old school classics like West Side Story, Gypsy. Um, yeah, I love those shows. If I wasn't a professional, if I was not a professional actor, I can speak. What would be another job that you'd consider? Well, I would consider a lot of jobs, but I don't know what I would be good at. But I was also an economics major in college, and I thought I was gonna go like into investments and banking. Probably would have been boring, but I still feel like I would have liked it because I love numbers and math. And anyway, but that who knows if I could go back to that? I probably don't remember anything of what. Well, I don't think I could like even understand one of those jobs anymore. Some of my favorite actors. Well, I love Timothy Chalamet. Meryl Streep can like do no wrong. I've been watching The Crown, and this girl, Claire Foy, who plays the Queen in the first two seasons, she's amazing. Oh, and this girl in The Queen's Gambit, I've heard of that show. She's damn brilliant. I love Ewan McGregor. Yeah, and then theater actors, like I'd love to work with, could you imagine like working with like Audra McDonald or like Christine Baranski or then there are like brilliant guys like Christian Borle who are so creative. And anyway, so many. Would I ever play the MC in Cabaret again? Absolutely. I love doing that show. Oh, can you show Pocket? I don't know where Pocket is. I think she's sleeping by a radiator somewhere. I'm sorry. Any advice or ideas how Broadway can be more eco-friendly and sustainable? Yeah. Gosh, I wish Broadway was like more of an industry that like did more. I'm part of the Broadway Green Alliance, so we do a lot of like backstage like stuff that like to like keep the casts and people backstage informed on waste and recycling. And there's a lot of things that Broadway Green Alliance does and works with off-Broadway shows and like making sure as little as possible like goes into trash like when a show is done. And but yeah, there's a lot more that can be done and should be done, but like I think they're always like thinking about it, and the Broadway Green Alliance is pretty amazing for inspiration and working with the Broadway community. I love them. Any songs that I sing when I need to pick me up or having a hard day? Well, I'll always like just go sit at my piano and like play through some of like my like favorite theater songs, or like pull out a Gershwin book because I love Gershwin. I also I will like not necessarily that I sing, but I'll like sit down and go on YouTube. And I love like old vintage variety shows with like Judy Garland, and she'd have like guests on like Ethel Merman and Barbara Streisand, and I don't know, they're just so cool. The old variety shows. Cher had a variety show, Carol Burnett stuff. Those things, there was like the age in America where variety shows were really cool, and like everyone had one, and I love them. I don't know, they just like, I don't know, they lift my spirits. Would I do a quarantine vlog for all my fans to see how I coped during the pandemic? Well, I mean, I would love to, but like when I did a Broadway.com vlog, they take care, they edit and do everything, and I would need help. Like I don't know how to do it myself. So I'll probably just like continue to just post things the way I post, and it would be cool to do that. I wish I was a little more inspired. That's one of the things that's tough during the pandemic. It's like hard to get myself going, which leads me to your last question, which was advice, give someone struggling with mental health issues. It's kind of like the advice I give to myself because I struggle with that as well. And certainly lately it's been so much harder. And I try not to be too hard on myself because, especially lately, because it's such a difficult time that we just have to be like really gentle with ourselves. I'm also in therapy. I'm a strong believer in therapy. At night when my head, like my thoughts race, I use an app called Breathe, which is like a meditation app, and it has like a lot of things that you can play at night that like really kind of like lead you out of like, I don't know, kind of like clears your mind. It really helps me like sleep, and I feel better in the morning. And I try to like allow myself like simple things that bring me joy. You know what I mean? Like whether it's sitting down the piano and singing, or something I like really love, might seem silly, is coffee. Like, so I'll just like go for a walk and treat myself to a coffee at like my favorite place, and go sit and read somewhere, or just bring it home and do work. Like, I don't know, it's just like little things that I find the joy in. And I don't know, I'm not too equipped to give advice like that, but I would say like find the joys, like the simple joys, and like build on that. I also feel like, 'cause sometimes I get so, I don't know, like I'm unmotivated, but if there's a little something that gets me excited one day, or a project I want to work on, or a song I want to work on, I go with that feeling, because there's so many days where I'm just like totally uninspired. So like if I get even just like a little inspiration, I push myself, like run with it, go with it. If that's something that's bringing me joy, like go for it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for reaching out. I'll talk to you soon.